Welcome to our Growth Through Service video. I'd like to give you a few reasons why Growth Through Service might be for you. Making personal connections with others that happen in a service opportunity. And service opportunities often give you an opportunity for growth and development. And finally, there's a lot of meaning and satisfaction that happens from a service opportunity serving a higher purpose. I'd like now to show you a few members of our congregation who have gotten a lot of meaning and satisfaction out of doing service in our congregation. Let's go see what they have to say.
As a minister's daughter, I grew up in the church. When I think about service examples, our lives were so intertwined between the church and our home.
You know, I look around and I see people that I've done different things with, and I feel like I'm in this one big, family.
My family was not big on community service, anything like that.
So ingrained in my life and in my family's life.
There is a lot of appreciation.
We felt service was important for us, and we had gotten that through our time at FUSA.
When we came to FUSA, we moved up here. All our friends we had left. The first Sunday we were bombarded with wonderful people who welcomed us with open arms.
Coming into FUSA, it just seemed like if you're going to commit to a community, then you commit to serving in the community.
You just do naturally get a lot closer and learn from each other.
Never stop learning. That's a lot of, I think, what volunteerism is about. It keeps the mind sharp.
I think that our service is unique because it's grounded in Unitarian Universalist values.
Service takes you outside yourself, teaches you about, things beyond your own experience.
Serving on the board was a great way to make connections. I've made very lasting friendships that have helped me grow as a person and found mentors through serving on the board. I feel way more connected to the service now and to the community than I felt before.
My greatest pleasures of service is helping out with the Halloween party, because I love the children. I love seeing them come in costumes. That kind of grunt work is very, very satisfying. Setting up, putting away the table, sweeping the floor, that's part of building the beloved community also.
When I was president, I thought a monthly column, I loved it. I loved writing it, and I never ran out of ideas.
We do it because we're asked, but we also do it because we enjoy doing it.
There's 1,000 little things one does, helping on Sunday mornings, helping clean up after an event, choir sing-alongs, overlaps with play in a lot of ways, with social events. And that's to me, that's a spiritual thing too. Play is important for my spiritual life.
Things like, when I'm out at Target and I pick up extra school supplies and drop them in the school supply box. That doesn't take a whole lot of time and effort on my part. And yet I recognize that that is a way that allows the congregation to serve the community. And so there are just so many opportunities that people can serve at all levels. And I really love that about being a part of the Albany UU congregation.
Every service opportunity I've had in or out of the church has enriched me more than the time commitment.
Giving service isn't an altruistic behavior because you do get so much more back.
People will say, well, why do you do this or why do you do that? And it makes me feel good about myself and about what I'm doing.
That is something that you can't measure, and the more you give, the more you get.
It's a day without service is a day without chocolate.
That's what gives me a connection to my humanity and to the rest of humanity. It's really working in relationship with others.
But once I engaged in the service and started interacting with the people and helping, I felt that I gained much more than I gave.
Oh, well, I think you definitely get certainly as much as you give, and probably more. In friendships,
the involvement that you have with people. I can't imagine my life without the number of friends that we have from FUSA.
Didn't ever feel taken for granted.
When I'm involved with something through the church, I am able to speak my values through it. I can go further with it. I can be more risky with it. It pushes me to really challenge myself, try different things, to really act out the things I believe.
In doing that work, there's many strands of shared values that are running through the work we do. And in spite of our glorious differences in theology, the values and principles by which we stand really part of our hearts and heads in the work we do.
If you're a community, you have a responsibility to that community.
Even just, shoveling the snow off the path in the morning if you're the first one there. Every little piece counts toward the whole.
For me, growth through service is really about meeting people where they are and helping them to move in the direction that they want to move, that they feel that they can best serve others and themselves. Because ultimately, service is about not just about what you give, but also about what you get from that experience.
And I hope that we will get to a place where everyone's volunteering at some level, because I think people will get more out of it. I think they're really missing out on deepening their connections with other people.
You got to dive in. It's going to change your life.
It will not be work, and you will be enjoying yourself. And I can guarantee you that a number of these people here are going to take you in, and you will become good friends with them, because that's the way the place works.
Being part of FUSA has been extraordinarily valuable to me, and I feel as though I'm giving back to it some of what I have gotten out of it.
You can't just talk about it, you got to do something.
It's almost a responsibility and a desire to pay back, because FUSA has done so much for me.
The congregation needs people working behind the scenes.
That's what life is all about, is helping your neighbor. That's sort of our credo as Unitarians.
Can't remember a time that we weren't doing service, and it wasn't, service in my family was never something that we sought recognition for, or it wasn't about accolades. It was simply that other people needed, and we could provide.
You can come and you can take part in what's going on, but once you get involved in doing and producing and giving back, it's going to turn your life around. It really is. You're going to look back and say, I was part of that, and I was part of that. Not that, oh yeah, that happened. And I think it's so important to say, I was a part of something that's really beautiful.
So what does Growth Through Service have to do with you? When fully in place, Growth Through Service will make it easier for people to get involved here at Albany UU. And getting involved is the best way to enrich your experience here. For people to start to experience that.
You've said it, I don't need to.
Well, no, but I don't want to hear myself say it. I mean,
it's comfortable, but do I look like I'm on a throne or something weird?
That's what you look like.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
All the gear, is that on loan from a professional photographer? Is it really? Oh, you're pretty hardcore, Sam.
$100 or something like that.
Yeah.
Symbiotic experiences.
This guy's just driving back and forth. You want me to shut the window?
Yeah, that might help. It's going fine.
And you have
here.
all the questions at the tip of your tongue.
Done them enough now that they're in my brain.